Tell us what about yourself.
Well, I'm Janine. I make music, specifically alternative electronic music, and I'm telling everyone about the new track that I'm putting out right now. It's called Dark Arts. It's featuring my friend Jen Sexsmith, and it's got a real kind of dark trip hop vibe. So I thought it'd be great to put out right before Halloween this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about how you got started doing this music thing.
Music thing. Well, it's a long journey. I mean, when I was a kid, my mom made me take piano lessons basically until I finished high school. So, got a strong piano background. But yeah, just a few years ago, I decided to make a big shift from just playing piano, just playing keyboards and bands. After my last band broke up, I decided to start buying a bunch of electronic gear. I got really into Ableton Live, if you've heard of that software program.
Yes,
Not a lot
indeed.
of producers use it, but it is getting really well known across the industry. And it's honestly just such a fun, great songwriting tool. Yeah, and it just kind of started from there. And right now, basically, Dark Arts is the third track off of an album called Colt 45 that I've already released the first two, so this is the third track. There's a total of 9 tracks, so I'm releasing one every couple of months. So it's kind of a different format than what we're used to, but it's definitely given me, a schedule to keep on top of and bring new content every couple of months. It's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. So,
Yeah.
what's been some feedback that you've gotten on these tracks and just your music overall?
Feedback on the tracks. Well, it's been kind of all over the place. I mean, this is my second album. So I did produce one. I released it last year, just before the pandemic on Leap Day, February 29th. And I just kind of threw that one down, all of the tracks all at once, worked with a lot of my friends. A couple of them did a couple of remixes of the tracks, so they're on it as well. But the thing with my music is it's very self-genred. So, it's really hard to fit it into a specific category. So that's why like the feedback's been pretty varied, just because it's like, what do we call this? Where do we put this? How do we describe this,
So, you have been doing some amazing stuff, and this Dark Arts track is your third single off Colt 45. Tell us about some of these other tracks that you've got on this highly anticipated album.
Okay, yeah, you know what? There's still many to come out. So the next one I have, it's going to be more of like a trip hop rap track. I'm working with, again, Jen Sexsmith is doing the hook on that one. It's got some dark beats, very kick heavy. Anyway, the rapper I'm working with is from the States. I think he's in Massachusetts now. He's called The Dark Notice. So that'll be the next one coming out, hopefully by the end of the year or just after New Year's. The one following that, I work with a band, have worked with a band called Animatist in Toronto. And they're basically for jazz students who just make incredible progressive math rocky jazz music. And I asked if I could get my hands on a bunch of their stems that they recorded their last album using. And not so much a remix am I going to make, but kind of make a whole new track as like a kudos to them out of their samples. So that one's going to be fun. That's going to be the next one coming out. There's another one that's going to be coming out where it's just me. I try to do that. I did one with just me on the last album. It's called Destructo, but the song's called Chasing Fireflies on that one. This new one, it's not named yet, but it is very much descriptive of why I chose the name Colt 45 and why the album cover looks the way that it does. And even that was a fun collaboration with someone I met on Instagram called Fruitsy. And I think it was their first album cover that they designed for someone. And I mean, it's been really great fun. It's been a lot of fun just collaborating with all of these talented artists.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So how far do you think your career will go for you?
Well, I'm mostly doing it for fun. I'm putting everything I can into it, aside from tons and tons of dollars. As an indie artist, I'm hoping to get some, but for now, I'm doing all the promotion myself. I'm paying the people I'm working with bits here and there, what I can afford. I expect it to just continue going, and whatever happens, happens. All I care is I'm producing music that I'm passionate about and that I put it out there and hopefully gather an audience to listen to it.
That's awesome. Janine with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast, coast to coast, border to border on iHeartRadio today. Colt 45 is just an amazing, amazing collection of music, and J9 is with us today. She joins us live. So tell us about the music scene where you're from in Toronto.
Oh, well, music, I'm pretty sure it's considered the first music city, like the actual first music city in Canada. I know there's many throughout the States. I'm pretty sure, I think Nashville's one. I think Austin, Texas might be another. But Toronto, yeah, there's just so many talented musicians, artists. It's a huge scene. We're seeing more and more collaborative, like indie music festivals. They already have the North by Northeast and the South by Southwest there every year. I don't know. I mean, I've lived there for so long. I've gotten out to as many shows as I can. So many great venues. I mean, the sad thing over the past year has been seeing the shows stop pretty much altogether. Sad for anyone, any city, anywhere, I'm pretty sure. But, we have some great people who have come together. They've actually been selling T-shirts and promoting a lot of indie shows. They're called Save Toronto Music Venues. So if you haven't heard of them, if you've been to Toronto or heard of Toronto's music scene, by all means, check them out on Instagram, buy a T-shirt. We've got some great places that are just barely staying open. And, as things are opening slowly and slowly and slowly, I know in the States, a lot of places were kind of not shut down with the same restrictions that we had. But, I don't know what else to say about that except save the Toronto music scene, save our indie venues, the small guys. And if you haven't had the chance, I mean, people come to Toronto from all over the world for these festivals, and it's just a wonderful experience if you can make it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, are you ever planning on doing like a tour or anything like that, or do you have plans for anything like that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So the idea behind this kind of new format that I'm trying with Colt 45, I'm hoping that as each song is released, it just builds up to the climax of, okay, let's repackage this as an entire 9-track album. And yes, I've definitely started planning already what I call a Great Lakes tour. So, if you live anywhere around any of the, 5 Great Lakes of Eastern North America, I think there's so many music cities around the Great Lakes, and I figure that's something that I can easily pull off on my own. I've got some great fans supporting me. I have, I want to take this to the road. I want to get out and play some shows and do like a mini tour. So that's really the ultimate goal for the end of this release. Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. J9 with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. And so before we let you go and we play this track, How do we find you on social media and the websites and everything?
You mean my plugs?
Yeah. We just
Okay.
just want people to be able to find you, my friend.
Yes, and I want you to find me too, my friends. Okay, well, the first and easiest spot to hit up is my website, kind of like a landing page for all things J9. It's called j9grooves.com. Head there. I'm going to be giving away a t-shirt next week. If anyone wants to sign up, spread the word. Yeah, I guess on the 22nd is when Dark Arts finally drops. You can find it on all platforms available. You can pre-save right now on Spotify, iTunes, and Prime, I'm pretty sure. But I'm also going to have it, Bandcamp and SoundCloud, and pretty much wherever you listen to music, you'll be able to find it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's about it. You can find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram, find me on Twitter. My handle is always J9Grooves.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. We are going to play a little bit of this track, and thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate it, my friend.
Thanks for having me so much. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it. There she goes. That is J9, and we are going to go to her track. It is Dark Arts, and it's right now here on our program. Maybe. Maybe we can get it to play. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I always love MP3s. They're great. is Dark Arts. It's J9, and it's here on your world famous Cheeky Jaguar Radio broadcast coast to coast and border to border on iHeartRadio today. We will inevitably see you next time.